Ah, yes. So, you must be Hopkins.
Uh-huh.
What? Uh-huh. What?
I meant yes, sir.
Very good. Now, let me see. You've done a lot of naughty things, haven't you? Vandalism, graffiti, bad language, violent conduct, disrespecting staff. Oh, I'm scared of you, Hopkins.
Come on, give me a break.
Rockstar is one of the most important companies in the history of video games. Just like id was so influential with the first-person shooter, Rockstar practically created the open-world game as we know it today when they released Grand Theft Auto 3. Now, over the years, Rockstar has tried out some very unique game ideas. They released Table Tennis, a game I reviewed a while back, and it was amazing, but one game in particular seemed to attract more attention than any other, mainly due to its subject matter. This game takes the open style of the GTA series and puts you in it as a troubled kid named Jimmy. His mom even refers to him as a monster. Well, I don't know about that, but from the title, I think we can assume he's at least a bully. This is Bully Scholarship Edition for the Xbox 360.
You're making yourself quite comfortable here, my boy.
I'm just trying to fit in.
By fighting? By making a nuisance of yourself? That is not the Bulworth way, boy.
Yeah, you could have fooled me.
What?
I said you could have fooled me. This place is full of bullies and maniacs.
Nonsense! That's just school spirit.
Bully's story revolves around Jimmy being sent to the Bulworth Academy by his mother and new stepfather, and she claims that they'll return from their honeymoon next year. While the head of the school seems to think that Jimmy can be changed, other groups are immediately calling for his head. The game uses different social groups as factions, so you might want to be friends with the greasers and the nerds, for example, but not so much with the jocks and preps. In addition, Jimmy is still a student, so there are more rules to follow than in a game like GTA. Get to class on time or you'll be busted. The beauty of the game's storyline is that it really lets you decide what kind of a person Jimmy is going to be. Maybe he'll stay a bully, or maybe you'll play him kinder and have him help out the outcasts.
Hey man, what's going on?
Not much.
I was just telling Petey here about my idea to take over the school. I mean, my plan for us to take over the school.
What plan?
Gameplay in Bully is interesting in the way that it takes elements of Rockstar's previous open games and fits them to a school setting. Instead of using guns and knives, you'll get firecrackers and a slingshot. You gain a notoriety meter that goes up when you break rules, and fistfights just end in someone on the ground, but no deaths, obviously. As far as controls go, it feels wonderful, thanks in large part to a brilliant targeting system. The camera, however, can be a little bit off. It seems to sometimes lag behind the movements of Jimmy, especially when he's inside buildings. In addition to the exploration and combat elements, Bully also features classroom segments that play out as minigames. You have a timed button game for chemistry, a word game for English, and a few others. These actually are pretty fun, although I think they could get a little bit repetitive after a while.
Oh, you remind me of myself at your age. So full of hope, so full of vigor.
Bully was hugely controversial before it even came out, and while it isn't as bad as the protesters seem to think it was, keep in mind that this is still a game where you can do anything you feel like, so beating up helpless kids in it could affect impressionable minds. It's rated teen, and in this case, I'd say it's probably a good thing to not let people under 13 play it. Visually, it's pretty obvious that this was originally designed as a PS2 game. Textures, faces, and character models all look pretty bad, and the animations look a little bit strange. The game also features horribly long loading times. I really don't get why a 2006 PS2 game ported to the 360 2 years later should take this long to load.
Don't whine.
Bully is a very interesting release by a company that always tries to do new things. While I don't think it's as much fun as the GTA series, it's still one of the most unique games in the industry. You should definitely check this one out.